The right to food is entrenched in Section 27(1)(b) of South Africa's Constitution, and yet 19 million people go to bed every night hungry. To commemorate World Food Day today, we visited Londani Lushaka in Alex, a youth center that feeds and supports children in the area. Alice Mudiri spoke to us about conditions post-COVID-19.
When COVID struck, then we had so many children that we needed to attend to and feed. We started feeding about 600 to 900. The numbers were fluctuating every day because our children come from broken families. They come from sheltered shacks, they come from informal settlement, and they came from all sorts of places from Alexandria. So most of all is vulnerable children, it's child-headed children, it's granny support children, and children who their mothers, they drink but they don't have any income that is coming in. So we feed every day, and that's what we do. And we have also other programs that we develop youth. We do victim empowerment, we do counseling through rape, through other things, and gender-based violence. And also we try to give our youth to skills so that they can, when somebody says they want people, so much people for work, then we can be able to say these are the people.
Londani Lushaka is a beneficiary of SA Harvest, a food and rescue distribution platform that assists people and organizations with food. They fed 3 million people during the lockdown.
Every day has to be a World Food Day. I mean, at the moment in the world, you've got, close to 1 billion people who are in this situation. They don't have access to enough affordable food. And in our own country, we're talking about 33% of the population don't have access to enough nutritious food. And the point that we try to make at SA Harvest is that this is a constitutional right. The right to food is every single person's right, according to the Constitution. So we believe that one of the fundamental things that has to happen is that the government has to take control so that the food system, the value chain in the food system becomes more equitable, and that people who don't have access to food are able to, through new structures, have access to affordable and nutritious food.
I'm a fond fan of all the kids, and the most important thing, what they always say to me, when they see the SA Harvest van driving around, coming along, what they usually say, luckily, at least today we'll get something to eat. And you see, all that broad smile which comes across their face tells the whole story. This has been a huge blow for the whole country during this pandemic. And for the innocent souls, like as you can see them all around, what they know, they don't know anything about this pandemic or anything. So what we always do when we go around collecting this food, we make sure that we get a certificate that certifies us that whatever we're giving to these kids, I can also take it and eat it.
A lot of households in Johannesburg alone are still very much food insecure. COVID-19 is said to have presented a severe hunger crisis in the country. But as we deal with food accessibility, let's also take a look at the cost of food in the country. What is the current status of food prices?
Well, they've stabilized a lot and come down over the past few months. So you're right. I think the initial uncertainty and panic and even global market panic caused food prices to go up. So the rand depreciated, imported rice, imported wheat, all went up dramatically, and panic buying caused the same. But the market settled, people settled into lockdown, and now restaurants have reopened and things have really returned to probably normal seasonal prices.
And what did the aspect of export do for our country?
When other countries panicked about their own food security in lockdown, they started restricting exports of wheat, of rice, and that affected the global markets and our pricing. So we didn't necessarily restrict exports ourselves, but we do import many foodstuffs. So some things went up, other things have actually come down. So we had a bumper maize crop, remarkably, in all of this, which meant maize meal prices have come down. So, and the lack of demand from restaurants has also meant things like dairy prices have ultimately changed as well for the better.
My name is Gareth Cliff, and you're watching Joburg Today.